How's it going, everyone? Shifty here, and I'm back with another Destiny 2 video. In this one, I wanted to post a full solo flawless run of the new Dead Man's Tale mission. In it, I have live commentary to help you out if you're stuck. I want to make this intro brief, so I'm going to quickly show you what I used. I had the Extraordinary Rendition submachine gun, Telesto, Tomorrow's Answer rocket launcher. For most of the run I used Blade Barrage, but I switched to Bottom Tree Golden Gun for the boss fight, and I used Celestial Nighthawk. There's no need to be picky about your setup, anything will pretty much work in this mission. With that said, if you end up enjoying the video or finding it useful, make sure to like and subscribe. Alright, now let's get right into the run. Alright, when you first load in, your first instinct might be to approach the door, but that isn't the way we're going to go. In true Bungie fashion, we get to do some space jumping.
Fire engagements. Board it and find our missing guardian.
So just make your way around the outside of the ship here. Follow the same path that I do. And into the ship we are.
No frequencies. Like ripples meeting in conversation. Executing trace. Stand by. I've sourced a distortion. There's an open patch into the ship's computer. Perhaps courtesy of our lost friend.
Gotta go down there, not up. If you want to, you can open the door that you couldn't get in before. Otherwise, we go this way. So here's our first introduction to the mechanics here. There's these barriers that'll hurt you that you can't get past. If you want to get past them, you have to stand by this. You'll get that buff in the bottom left hand of your screen, which allows you to pass through that barrier. Once we're in this room, we're going to hop up on this pipe, make our way around here, do some more vent shooting, and hop right in.
Like our navigation system marks their destination anomaly left in the wake of Mars's disappearance.
There will be many more barriers like that that you'll have to get through throughout the mission. So in this room, there's kind of a puzzle going on. The first thing we want to do is get this door open right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to head in here and some enemies are going to spawn. We're going to take them out first. Then we're going to head all the way to this other end and pull a lever. Here's the lever. Then we make our way back to that doorway.
Maybe our missing friend. It may not.
Now that this door is open and we can access the spores, where do we want to go? We're going to want to go to that door over there. So shoot them till you get a buff. Get over here. Jump across. Normally there would be a barrier here, but you can pass right through it. Now we get our next bout with some enemies. Nothing too difficult there. Going to be a couple more up here. want to head out here and hop across this gap. Now there's not much going on over here except you can shoot this and it'll open this hatch right here, which you can drop down in, and more enemies will spawn. You can hear that beeping. That means there's a lever nearby. So we'll pull that lever. And we'll head over here. And that lever opened this door right here.
Translation as follows.
And what we're going to do is hop this gap. And there's another lever to pull. And we head right back.
Prepare the exhibition chamber with gold from the castellan. They are confident the crown is ready. The end will lay eyes upon him and weep at his magnificence.
And that opened this little hatch right here, which we're going to shoot another fuse. When that's destroyed, we head back out. And we should be done with this room. Down there, that hatch should be open. If you drop down, this will flip so you can stand on it. On to the challenging part, the trash compactor. So in this room there will be a bunch of panels on the floor you have to destroy, and then destroy the fuse inside before the walls close in on you, and there will be some thrall in the room too, or screebs in the room. This is probably the hardest part if you're going for a solo flawless. So you can kind of see them through the floor too. I did not get them all. It's alright if you die. I'll be going for a solo flawless attempt a little bit later, but not in this run. Or did I get them all? Looks like I got them all. Once you do, there will be this panel that has red lights around it. You're going to want to hop down in there. Make your way over here. And here we are in another room with some enemies. This is pretty straightforward. You just got to take everything out in here. Find out Telesta works pretty well, but you can use pretty much any weapons in here and be fine. And that room is cleared out. Now we move on.
We must not. Forward. Guardian, I've pieced together another of Armstadt's records. It reads: Tragedy of silence. He tore the wilting failures apart himself. The connection is strong, but the darkness does not speak through them. An ocean without wind. Even the light bearer could not coax it to awaken.
And yet another room full of enemies. For the first section of this mission, I decided to go with Blade Barrage just to take out waves of enemies. Most of the sections where you end up fighting enemies aren't all that bad, so that's why I suggest you can really use whatever you want, in terms of weapons at least. And if I could hit my rocket launcher, that'd be pretty great. And is here where I die? I think so. Oh, yeah, lucky. I was feeling too confident up there on that platform.
Hangar systems are intact.
And instead of the door, we're going to be heading outside again to do a little jumping in space.
Shall we be friends?
Alright, another small puzzle room here. First, we're going to want to get that buff again. In order to do that, you open this door here, head in, grab the buff. And then from there, make your way over to this doorway, which will open for you. And on the other side, would normally be a barrier, but you can just get right through it. This room, we will have a few more enemies. Nothing too crazy, though. So this lever is going to open that door, and there will be a fuse in there that'll break temporarily when you shoot it, which will deactivate that barrier. If only I had a longer range weapon. So hop up here, then hit this lever, and once the electric barrier goes back up, you can't go that way, so you have to go around, hit this lever, and then drop out of this door. So what did that first lever do? That first lever opened this door and gave you access to this. Get your buff, and then follow where I go. Anywhere you see stuff like that, there would normally be a barrier. And a few more enemies. See, that's pretty useful for taking out groups of enemies real quick. There's 2 Void Shield Chieftains in here. So in this room, we got another lever here. And you may be tempted to explore this little area, but don't, because this will be a drop hatch that'll immediately kill you. If you're on a flawless run, you don't want to go in there. Grab some ammo here. So our goal is to open that door that I just looked at back there. So instead of going from that pathway, we want to drop down off this ledge and there will be a door open with a turret in it. Destroy the turret, head in, and there will be a fuse to destroy. Make your way back to the door over here. Shoot the spores, get the buff. Then in this corner of the room, there's a hole in the ground that you can drop in if you have the buff. Now once you drop into this room with 4 vents you can destroy, just destroy all the vents real quick. You'll notice in this one with a light in it, you can get the buff in here. So from here I'm going to give you the shortest path possible, so you don't have to worry too much, because there's a lot of vents you can destroy, and there's screebs in here too. Some of them just spawned, they should come out here real quick. Okay, screebs down, make sure this is destroyed, and now we'll go back and get our buff, because that'll be where we go. Grab the buff and then make your way over here. So from in this room that we were in earlier, we'll grab the buff. And we'll make our way to this newly opened door, which we can pass through now. And into another room where we're going to fight a few more enemies. Once all the enemies are down, if you come over here, you'll notice the barricade you can't pass through. But there is a lever.
It seems that Scorn exposed to the anomaly all suffered contiguous neuron death. It consumed their minds.
So that's the door we're going to want to open, is over there.
Spoke with many dead voices. This
But
survivor would become
that
the
lever that we just pulled
centerpiece of their studies.
opens up this. So we can shoot that, which then opens up the door. And now we can get our buff again. And right through the barrier we go. Take note that you can grab the buff again right there. We'll head over here. Here's some more of those spinning platforms. Be an enemy up to the left there. We'll just clear all the enemies out of the area first. Now, there is a lever here, and you may be tempted to pull it, but all it'll do is open this door where there's a turret. So, what we really want to do is come down here, shoot that, which will then open this door up here with a barrier in it. Now we're going to go back to the beginning and get the buff again. So come back here, grab the buff, make your way over here. You should just have enough time just to get through the barrier. And then in here there's another buff, so you can pass back out of the barrier. Make your way over here and through another barrier. There's a lever here, but I'm not quite sure what that does yet. I should have done that first, but here we are now. The reason I want that is because a burst super is going to be really good for the boss fight. So what we're going to want to do, shoot for the buff, and make our way into the boss room.
Put this decrepit creature to rest.
Once the boss spawns, you just need to do a little bit of damage so he teleports away. That might be enough. Not quite. There we go. He'll teleport away and then some ads will spawn. So what we're going to want to focus on here is clearing the ads first and foremost. Once the ads are clear, I'll go over what to do next, so we can take out the boss. Once all the chieftains are gone, you'll get a couple more ads to kill. Not a big deal. Just like that. Alright, now what we're going to do here is you see that console and that console. We have to activate both of those. And it says coolant flush 1 initiated. After we do this one, it'll say coolant flush 2 initiated. And then you want to come over to this room. Don't head in there yet because you'll get burned if you stand in the room. Once that ad is down, head into the room, over to here, and immediately activate the third one. Once that's done, you'll be able to drop down in this bottom level of the room where the boss is for a damage phase. One way to do it is you can shoot him like that and then hop back up. And there's 3 spots you can drop down, so if you need to, just hop back up one and then down in another one. Once he's down to that marker on his health bar, you'll have to go up and repeat the process you did just a little bit ago. You really can be slow and methodical about this. You don't have to rush it. Now if you were to go down there now, it would burn you. So just stay up here and kill ads again. So overall, this isn't all that difficult. Now we're going to activate the coolant flushes again. And now to the third one. Alright, I'm going to head down and try to golden gun him, but I'm probably going to miss. That wasn't enough. On the second phase, if you hop up here, you're just going to have a couple of stalkers on each side, so you'll want to be careful for that. Not a big deal. That should be enough to take him down. And we're on the final wave. And just like that, we're back to the coolant flush. Looks like my super might not quite be up this time. And sometimes he teleports just like that. Not ideal. Now the third phase, you can get chieftains up here again. You have to watch out for that too. And this is where Telesta makes easy work of the enemies. And there he is. Once he's down, make your way over here.
Anomaly left in Mars's wake. I've seen it and others like it. Too many scorn for an active guardian. In place of each world the darkness stole. At the edge of our heliopods. Callus meant to commune with the darkness.
And you'll be in the final room now where you can claim your dead man's tail.
Guardian. Way too late. Far too late. Take the rifle. It was offered, was it not? Better in your hands than left for another. I'll speak to Savala about authorizing exploratory outings. If we can recover our lost friend's ghost, we may learn more of how he died. Return to the city. We must assess our findings.
For those of you who worried this might be too easy, there is a master difficulty version coming later this season. For some reason, the end of this mission is quite long. It takes a while. There it is. And I did not get another one because I've already done this.